Hi, I'm Alan Bresnick, Cable Video Practice Leader for Light Reading. I'm in Denver at our Cable Next Gen Technologies and Strategies event, and I'm speaking to Glenn Calafati from Ciena. Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Alan. How you doing?
All right, good to have you here.
Thank you.
So you were on our fiber panel. We were talking about fiber deep and what cable operators are trying to do there. Let's get into what some of the drivers are. Why are cable operators doing fiber deep, and why is it so important that they do it right now?
Well, I think you have to think of the bigger issue. Like, they're not just going to spend money on deploying fiber and overbuilding a technology that works great for them. Right? They're making the investment for some reasons.
Right.
I always try to go back to it is really being an issue of quality of experience. So quality of experience, it's a little abstract for a conversation about cable.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they've got a lot of consumers, whether they're enterprise consumers or they're residential or even mobile consumers because of all their business service pedigree,
right.
Are looking for a very high quality internet service or network experience,
right.
or video experience, right?
But broadband first these days, right?
Well, it really is. Broadband has become more of a mission critical application. If you think of just on the enterprise side, you can't shut the e-commerce engine down on a business. And even in our own daily lives, we rely on the internet for so many more things than you might have imagined a decade ago. So cable's really got to step up the game in that space.
Okay. Do you see cables starting to do that now?
I absolutely do. I think they've recognized that it's they have an advantage already, and you might not think of the coaxial cable as being an advantage, but it truly is. I mean,
right.
it's such a broadband medium, and it does already deliver an incredible amount of bandwidth. Mm-hmm. What they've just got to do is take that to the next level and be able to turn on new services and features, find a way to differentiate their video products. And by pushing fiber deeper and leveraging the capabilities of Ethernet or almost like data center technologies,
right.
They can actually make their the velocity to market with new capabilities and higher speeds even better. And so it's just a natural improvement of what they're doing today.
Right. So with fiber, they can offer higher speeds.
Yes.
They can get their products to market quicker.
Yes.
What kinds of new services does fiber enable them to do?
Well, hey, we haven't imagined a lot of them yet, right?
Right.
And I think some of the things you could probably think about are what's happening with augmented reality and virtual reality.
Right.
You're getting to the point where this real-time responsive, internet is required. It cannot be slow to deliver. It can't be the weakest link in delivering the user experience. And there's where I'll go back to that quality of experience, right? So for these innovations to happen, the network just has to be a transparent, delivery vehicle for those services. So the world is going to imagine the new capabilities when the network is able to deliver those higher speed services.
Right. Okay. Well, we see some of the big operators already going fiber deep. Comcast, Cox, Liberty Global, and Charter have talked about their plans. Do you think all cable operators are going to do it, or is it just going to be the big guys?
Well, I would think it'll be all. I think this becomes almost a supply and demand issue there too. Is if really the economies of scale are in Ethernet or optical type technologies, where does that leave the RF suppliers and the RF technology? So I think there's a natural desire for the supply chain here to gravitate towards the cheaper, simpler data center type technologies like Ethernet and optical.
Right. How many do you think will follow the model of Altice and just go fiber to the home all the way?
So listen, I think that's a long journey. I think you may, if you and I are talking about this 10 years from now,
right.
I think we're well along that journey.
Right.
But honestly, they're tooled so well for the coaxial operation that I honestly can't see them gutting the houses and gutting the plant, and it just practically, the amount of money you have to put in for the amount of return you're going to get out of those services. I just see it being it's a place to go in a greenfield environment, but I don't imagine that you see people ripping the Band-Aid off and saying I'm going the whole way, at least for the next few years. We'll check back in a little time and see where we stand.
Okay. Well, it gives us plenty of reason to hold this conference for the next 10 years. So
excellent. Happy to
thanks
do
a lot,
it.
Glenn.